Morning, dear children. Today we will start lesson 5 in Moral Science book God Star. Only in darkness you can see the stars. So, this lesson teaches us the values like faith, meditation. Faith is the willingness to risk anything on God. This is a story of Dhruv, and story of Dhruv is a lesson in surrendering all one's cares and worries to the divine, means the God. Dhruv was a devotee of Vishnu. It is mentioned in Vishnu Purana and the Bhagavad Purana. So now we are going to start reading of the chapter. In this picture, Dhruv is seen with his mother Suniti. Let's begin with the story. Once there lived a king whose name was Utan Pada. His queen Suniti gave birth to a son who was the joy and pride of his heart. But their happy days did not last for long. Since the king grew tired of his first wife, king did not love his first wife and fell madly in love with a beautiful maiden named Suruchi. Then he married her. The king did the second marriage, and name of the second wife of the king was Suruchi. But the newlywed Suruchi was a jealous woman who hated Queen Suniti and her son, the little prince Dhruv. What was the name of son or the prince? Dhruv. She poisoned the ears of the king against them. After some time, her own son was born. Suruchi's hatred for Dhruv increased a manifold. She could not bear this truth that one day Dhruv would become the king after his father's death, and that her own son would have to bow down before him. She thought, when Dhruv will grow old, he will become the king, and his own son would have to bow down before him. She made the life of the king miserable by telling all sorts of wicked lies. She started telling lies about Dhruv and his mother to the king. At last, the king consented to send Suniti and the little prince far into the forest, and king got ready to send his first wife and the little prince Dhruv far into the forest. Eventually, they were sent. The queen and son Dhruv lived in a humble cottage. They were living in a hut. It was situated in the midst of the forest, means the hut was in the middle of the forest, where at night the sound of roaring wild beasts could be heard. Anyhow, the years passed till at last, when Dhruv was about 7 years old, he asked about his father. When Dhruv became 7 years old, he asked about his father from his mother. Could I not go to see him, dear mother? He said one day. He asked from his mother, could he not go to meet his father? Why not? Yes, my child, said the poor queen. Oh, yes, you shall go tomorrow. The next day, Dhruv set out to meet his father along with a guard. Beautiful was a road that led to his father's palace. The child walked for some time, and later he was carried by the guard. At last they arrived at the royal gate itself. He walked till he came to the king's throne. Throne is the seat where the king sits. And there at last he saw the king and ran straight to his father's arms. The king got overwhelmed with joy. King was also very happy to see his son. Not a single day had passed when the king had not missed his wife Suniti and his son Dhruv. He was also missing his wife Suniti and Dhruv very much. The little child Dhruv sat in his father's lap. He kept him hugged with full of affection. At the same time, Dhruv's stepmother entered in the hall. Finding Dhruv sitting in the king's lap, her anger hiked in leaps and bounds. She got very angry. She rebuked the king so much. She started scolding the king and spoke bitter words about the child on his lap, and the father harshly put him down. The father put little son down from his lap. Finding his father so weak, Dhruv's heart was broken. Silently and secretively, he touched his father's feet and kissed the steps of the throne. Then he walked out of the palace along with his guard. In the forest, Dhruv's mother was happy to see him back. She gave him food to eat and water to drink, but she noticed that Dhruv was sad. Suniti knew why his happiness was gone. After finishing the meal, Dhruv told his mother what had happened. They both sat silently for a while. Then Dhruv asked, "Mother, is there anyone in the world who is stronger than my father?" "Of course, my dear child," she answered. "God is the strongest of all." Listening to this, Dhruv's face became joyful and he asked, "And mother, where does he live?" "Oh, far away," she answered. "Deep in the heart of the forest, where tiger lives, bear lives, there dwells the Lord." Dwells means lives the Lord. Mother told Dhruv, in the jungle where tiger lives, bear lives, God also lives there. Dhruv said nothing. In the evening, voice seemed to be sounding in his heart. From far away it called, "Dhruv, come to me, come to me." Dhruv thought it was the voice of his heavenly godfather who has all the strength. Now Dhruv thought that his heavenly father, God, is calling him. At midnight, he rose up from his bed and, leaving his mother sleeping to the care of the Lord, went out quietly. It was bright moonlit night, trees casting long black shadow. He again heard the voice calling, "Come to me." Dhruv said, "I give myself to you by coming into the forest." Dhruv decided to go into the forest. Dhruv was a child and knew nothing of the dangers of the forest. He went without resting to seek his God. At last he reached into the heart of the forest and waited. There came a tiger with fiery eyes and hot breath swinging his tail. Dhruv asked, "Do you know where is God?" The tiger slunk away. Slunk away means the tiger moved away in shame when Dhruv asked about where God lives. Next came the bear with heavy foot thumps and dark fur. "Do you know where is the God?" he asked. And the bear slunk away ashamed. Bear also moved away from there. Dhruv waited and waited. All at once, out of the darkness, there appeared before him a holy man. "Where can I find the Lord?" Dhruv asked. "Hail the Blessed One, hail the Lord of the world, and you will surely find him," he advised. The holy man advised Dhruv that one day you will surely find him. Dhruv did as he was told. Like a rock, he sat on the ground, not moving a muscle, and began to repeat the sacred words. Now Dhruv was lost in the meditation now. He was not moving even. He sat on the ground like a rock and without moving a muscle even. Even when the white ants raised their ant hills around and over him, He did not stir, for deep in his own heart, even the movements of ants did not make him disturb. He did not move. He was lost deep in the meditation. Dhruv had found the Lord and had come to rest forever. Now he got merged in the Lord. That is why the pole star was given to him as his home, and to this day it's called the Dhruv Tara. Children, in the sky we have North Pole, which is also known as Dhruv Tara. It is said that little child Dhruv became the Dhruv Tara, suggesting always the direction of North Pole of the earth to every pathfinder. And this North Pole shows the path to the travelers, passengers, navigators who have forgotten or who have lost their way. Such is the power of faith in God. Means Dhruv believed in God very much. He was completely immersed in the meditation of the God, and he became God himself. Now I am sharing one interesting information with you. Even today, when you look up into the sky, you will be able to see a little star shining high above. This little star never moves, for it is Dhruv, who never moved from his meditation from Narayan. We call this star the pole star. Children in India still call it Dhruv Tara or Dhruv star. The seven stars or the seven rishis can also be seen slowly moving around the pole star. These seven stars form the constellation known as Saptrishi in India. Constellation is a group of stars, and there is a group of seven stars which can be seen moving around the pole star. Children, you can see in the sky at night this sub constellation Saptrishi looks in the sky in the shape of a question mark or the spoon, and as the great bear in this and it is known Dhruv Tara is constellation Saptrishi is also known as Great Bear in other parts of the world. So now we end up with this lesson. Thank you.